Hey everyone, and welcome to day 2 of the quarantine quick trains. Today we'll be working on laying down with your dog. So like I said, we'll still have that beginner, intermediate, and advanced portion of the exercises for you to work on with your dog today. So the first step is going to be that beginner one, and we're just going to work on the dog laying down and being able to take a few steps away from your dog, so kind of getting them holding that stay a bit there. If your dog is struggling with being able to stay laying down while you can't, so you can move away from them. All right, loop down. Put your dog there in the down. Lose that hand signal there. If your dog is still struggling with not wanting to lay down, you can kind of give some leash pressure toward the ground for them. A lot of times too, if your dog gets super excited when you're bending over to kind of help them get into that down, a lot of times if you can just step on the leash instead, that way they're not thinking you're about to pet them, trying to play with them, and that way you're kind of just able to communicate with them without them getting all hyped up and excited about what they're doing. So when you have your dog in the down there, if your dog struggles with even just staying in that down, maybe just kind of hold it there, step on the leash, so they can't pop up from it. That way they kind of know they're supposed to be kind of staying there. If your dog's doing really well, okay, you kind of release them there. Okay. Give them a little break, move them around a bit, sit, down, put them back in the down. So now what you're going to be wanting to do is just take a step forward. If your dog's doing well, stand there, maybe take another step forward, take another step. You kind of face them if you want, drop the leash if they're still doing well. Like I said, just take it step by step, depending on how well your dog is doing. If they're really struggling, you're going to want to take it a bit slower. You may only get one step away, but if they're doing really well, go ahead and push another step when you're doing it. Good. Okay. 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 Come on. I'll leave like, nah, I'm going to stay there. Okay. Good girl. But that's the thing with the release word of okay is they don't really have to come to you. They can just kind of do what they want as long as they're still kind of behaving and still keeping those manners there. So it's going to be the end of the beginner portion there for laying down with your dog. So we'll kind of move on to the next step now. Alright, so this is going to be the intermediate portion of the exercise of working on the down with your dog. So with this one here, what we're going to be wanting to do is we're going to put our dog in the down, and we're going to be moving around them and just kind of getting further distance from them. Maybe you're going to be able to step over them, just kind of teaching them they have to kind of stay there no matter where we're at. Alright, Luke, down. Dog there in a down. Sometimes it might be helpful if you have them sit and then go into a down. Depending on how well your dog's doing, you might want to ask them to sit before you ask them to lay down. So with this intermediate portion, you're going to be able to take those steps away. You might want to start just facing your dog. Sometimes when you turn your back to your dog, a lot of times they're like, oh, I can get up. They're not paying attention. So kind of maybe practice with just turn your back toward them. That way they're kind of understanding, I still got to stay here. So with the down, like I said, in the intermediate, you start facing them, walking around. We're not trying to excite, kind of create something that's really challenging for your dog. Like I said, you want to start small and be able to work your way up from those small successes with your dog. Like I said, being able to walk around your dog, maybe get some further distance from them. If you're working on this in your house, maybe try opening a door. Don't even walk through it. Maybe just touch the door handle, twist the door handle. Sometimes that might want to make your dog want to pop up. Obviously, too, if your dog does get up from the down and they come to you or they go somewhere else, take them to where they were at. Take them back to that same spot. Tell them no, down, put them back to where they were before, and then try again. Like I said, kind of maybe take a step back from what you were doing beforehand. So kind of with this intermediate, you should be able to step over your dog, pretty much do whatever you want of walking around with your dog here. You can kind of add some speed into your walks. While your dog's like, oh, what's going on? Maybe I want to pop up and join. Kind of trick them up a bit. Add that little extra challenge instead of just slowly walking around with them. Okay, good girl. Good girl. Okay, good job. Good girl. Good girl, okay. Alright, so it's going to be that intermediate step there, working with your dog in the down. we'll kind of move on to the next one now. This is going to be the advanced portion exercise with your dog of working on the down and holding that stay. So what you're going to want to do this time, we're going to be either tossing a ball or a treat. You might want to do both. If your dog is maybe more treat motivated, you might want to start with the toy first, or if your dog, kind of start with whatever one you think will be easier for your dog since you're just starting out with doing this exercise with them. Like I said, you don't want to just start off with their favorite toy, favorite thing, and just going for it, because your dog's definitely going to be popping up for that reward, basically. Okay. So put a Luna down up here. Down. We're dropping her leash. Lou loves to play ball, so we're going to start off with the treat, because this is going to be less exciting for her. So with her in the down, you can tell she's interested for sure. I might just want to drop it here. Good girl. Good girl. Reward your dog if they are staying. Like I said, you're not just going to toss the treat right to them, expect them to stay there, or toss it right above their head. Like I said, you're just going to start off with just kind of dropping it near you, at a distance from your dog. Maybe kind of stepping a bit closer. Dropping a bit closer to your dog. Good girl. Very good. Good job. Kind of tossing out in front of her a little bit. I don't want it to be where she can just reach out and grab it. Especially at the kind of the starting point of this exercise. Because if she can just lay down and reach and grab it, she's definitely going to do that. She's kind of like to outsmart me a bit. So that's kind of what you're going to do with the treat there. With that. So I'll put the treat up and we'll kind of move to her more exciting. So Lou absolutely loves to play the ball with the ball. And you can see she's extra interested in this. So I'm going to take a little step back from a distance. Good down. A reminder she's in that down there. Just probably bounce a little bit. Good girl. I'm going to roll it up here. Good girl. Good down. Just being able to kind of maybe have it move slowly. Like I say, you're not going to get your dog hyped up and then like throw it like you're about to play with them at the beginning part of this. Maybe start working your way around your dog. Good down. Alright, so I'm going to toss it above her. We'll see if she stays there in that down. Good down. Nope. Alright, so she wanted to pop up and get it. This is a good thing because you're seeing that your dog has things to work on. So, okay, down. So what we're going to do, we're going to try that again with a Lou. Good girl, good down. So if you kind of find the areas your dog needs to work on, those are going to be things you're going to want to focus on a bit more. If your dog doesn't even care if you're bouncing the ball, you're not going to want to focus a whole lot on that. But like I said, you're just going to focus on what your dog needs to work on. I'm going to toss it right over her head again. We'll see what she does. Good down, good girl. There she goes. She's staying there for it that time. And a lot of times too, if your dog is struggling a lot with wanting to pop up for the ball every time it hits the ground, if you've got a family member in the house, your husband, one of your kids or something, what you might want to have them do is maybe step on the leash while the other person is doing the ball part. That way if the dog does try to pop up, they're not chasing off after it, grabbing the ball, grabbing the treat, and getting rewarded for not staying where they were supposed to be staying there. Good girl. And then at the end, if your dog has been doing well and doing what they're supposed to be doing, you can reward them with that treat or with a toy. Okay. Okay, Lou. Kind of let them play there and kind of get in on that. Because you do want your dog to be motivated and you do want them to want to be engaging into their training sessions. So if you're kind of making it fun, adding some things in that they really like, then you're going to be kind of getting your dog more motivated to want to work with you there. So that's going to be concluding of today's quarantine quick train of working on that down stay. So let me know if you guys have any questions, you work on this with your dog. maybe you hit a different roadblock that I didn't kind of discuss on how to get over, comment below and we'll be able to answer those questions and maybe be able to help some other people out that are struggling with the same things.